This is Keep On Cooking, a podcast for people who love cookbooks and want to know more about the authors. It's also a great place to get a weekly dose of culinary inspiration to keep things pumping in the kitchen. So grab a cookbook and keep on cooking. I'm Dustin Harder, and this is Keep On Cooking. Hello and welcome to Keep On Cooking, the only podcast dedicated to plant-based cookbooks. I'm your host, Dustin Harder, and he's the free gift with purchase. It's my husband and podcast tandem jumper, David Rossetti. How are you, dear?
Good.
Good.
I'm your tandem jumper. I
Yeah,
don't
girl.
know if you would trust me.
No, but I don't trust
we
myself.
need an
I don't know if
instructor.
I trusted the tandem jumper who jumped with me, to be honest.
But we had paid that money and we were going to
Yeah, they're
go.
kind of like too comfortable, right? Where you're kind of like, are you so comfortable? Like he's like, oh, I've been doing this 15. That's not. What's an Irish accent?
I don't know.
I've been doing this 15 years.
15 years.
Because that's the other thing. We did it in Ireland. We sky jumped, skydived.
Yeah, what would you say?
We went skydiving in Ireland.
There we go.
And our tandem jumpers had very heavy Irish accents. So we were like, just strap me to a handsome gentleman and push
With
me
an
off the
accent?
plane, essentially, is what's
Sold.
going to happen. And we've talked about it before, but I'm never doing it again. It was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. When I was the one who was for years, I
So
was like,
excited.
David, we're doing this. We're going sky. And he was kind of like, okay, I mean, I'll do it. And I was like, oh, it's going to be amazing. And the whole time I don't regret it, but I'm never doing it again.
Never.
Well, listen, my little bunnies, it's that time of year, believe
It's
it or
the
not.
most wonderful time.
Ding, 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 ding. It's that time of year, believe it or not, even though this podcast has yet to hit 100 episodes. Can you believe that, Dave?
That's crazy.
We've been going at it for 3 years, and every year David and I cozy up together to give you a Christmas episode, and this is it. It's the Christmas special, everybody. It usually
Ooh.
features a list of books that make good gifts.
Yep, that's right. We are going to cover some that we think make great gifts. But this year, we also wanted to chat a bit about some books that are dedicated to holiday cooking.
Yes, it's the beginning of December, which means if you are looking for a good time guide to vegan cooking this holiday season, there is still time to grab a book to lead the way for you in the kitchen.
All right, what is the first of these books that are fun for holiday cooking?
Okay, so first up list, we want to mention the Mocktail Party by Diana LaCalzi and Carrie Benson. They've been on the podcast with this book. My mom bought us this book, actually.
That's right.
It was in the gift shop at the Botanical Gardens here in Atlanta, and I love it. I love it. I don't drink. David rarely drinks, so this has been a fun book for us to play with over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it was developed by 2 registered dietitians. The non-alcoholic drink recipes in Mocktail Party feature nutritious, all-natural ingredients, minimal sugar that you can easily find at any grocery store.
Now, mind you, this is not our gift-giving guide yet. These are books that you could buy this season to help you in the kitchen with your parties or your holiday gatherings, anything like that. And
It really is always good to have one mocktail.
Yeah, everyone loves mocktails these days, so this is great. But I will say this is also a great gift if you have somebody in your life who loves mocktails or is looking at cutting down their alcohol consumption. The book also features valuable information about the benefits of an alcohol-free lifestyle, tips for sustainable mixology, and advice for ordering mocktails at a restaurant or bar. And if you're tired of hangovers and don't want to drink sugar-loaded processed soda, and then these healthy, delicious recipes are for you.
Yeah, we have enjoyed several from here last couple of summers. You always make the margaritas
Mm-hmm.
when your sister and mom visit, and that's been fun.
Yeah.
There's also a few others, drinks with a twist, like watermelon mojito
Yes.
and summer jam fresca.
Very good.
Brunch favorite, like Noble Bloody and Kiwi No Secco.
Though my sister is famous for being like, tequila doesn't give me a hangover. Tequila doesn't give me a hangover. And then she'll drink tequila the next day and be like, I wonder why I'm like kind of hungover. I'm like, because tequila actually,
Tequila.
it actually gives you a hangover, gal. But now I've given her the booze-free margarita, and she has happily woken up without a hangover because of it. But listen, for the winter season, Lots of fun drinks in here.
Mhm.
Mulled, not wine, coquito, holiday spritzer, holiday beverages like pumpkin spice latte, and warm cider and sage. The
Mm.
next book we're getting into is Quick and Easy Vegan Celebrations, 150 great tasting recipes plus festive menus for vegan-tastic holidays and get-togethers all through the year by Alicia Simpson. Now, this is the author of the very first vegan cookbook I owned, Vegan Comfort Food, and she's also on an episode of the Keep on Cooking podcast.
Yeah, and she really gets all holidays. We've got New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, Game Day, Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Cinco de Mayo, Independence Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, plus birthday sweets.
Got those birthday sweets. And if you're not a gourmet chef, don't worry. Everything from gnaw fish etouffee to vanilla bean ice cream is quick and easy to prepare. Quick and easy vegan celebrations takes the guesswork out of get together. So all you have to do is send out those invitations and enjoy the vegan cooking, partying, and hey, eating.
The best part is eating.
Yes.
Another one we want to mention is Easy as Vegan Pie. One of a kind, sweet and savory slices by Hannah Kaminsky.
Yeah, this book's been on my shelf for a really long time. I think I was even on an episode of Hannah's podcast. I should reach out to have her on to talk about it. But I just love having a book dedicated to vegan pies. You also have the Issa Chandra and Terry Hope Romero Pie in the Sky. So there's a couple pie dedicated books. And this one, Easy as Vegan Pie, one of a kind sweet and savory slices by Hannah Kaminsky, has recipes that take some unexpected twist, offering vegan bakers a whole new pie experience. The gorgeous photography will lure bakers to try chocolate chipotle sweet potato pie. I mean, I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny mini tart, caramel macadamia crumble pie, and pomegranate pecan pie.
You can call me Skinny Mini Tart.
Hey, and I have, and I will, and I do.
And there's also savory tweets.
Coffee. I almost spit coffee everywhere. Wow. We got savory tweets.
Savory tweets. Savory treats are well represented as well, with Thanksgiving quiche, which sounds delicious, primavera, pot pies, and wasabi pea pie, among others. Kaminsky offered an unprecedented treat for vegan bakers, providing a unique and inspiring mix of culinary adventure and down-home comfort food.
And it's like it's a hardcover, but like square, like a little square book, but it's hardcover. David, I have a question though. How are you feeling about that wasabi pea pie?
I mean, I think I'd probably like it.
I'm not here for it. I'm not. A wasabi pea pie?
Why not?
I mean, I applaud the adventurous nature of it, but I don't think I would be grabbed. But I know people like, do you love wasabi? Like Kelly, our friend Kelly loves wasabi. So I feel like she would freak out over this pie. She'd be so excited. I think some people would really
have like a flavor. It's just the ting, like it's the spice
and the ting. I hear you. Well, listen, okay, next book is Vegan Holiday Kitchen, more than 200 delicious festive recipes for special occasions by Nava Atlas. Now, this is actually probably one of the best ones that's been around the longest. You don't hear Nava's name enough, and she has been on this podcast twice. We love her. We adore her recipes, and this is a very comprehensive book to cover all of your holiday needs.
And I mean, she really is a vegan cookbook OG, that is for sure. And it's exciting, inviting cookbook by veteran author Nava Atlas brings brilliantly fills in the biggest gap in the vegan repertoire with more than 200 delectable, completely doable recipes for every festive occasion. Atlas addresses everything from Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, and Christmas to celebratory brunches, lunches, dinners, potlucks, and buffets.
Such mouth-watering dishes as coconut butternut squash soup, green chili cornbread, hearty vegetable pot pie, delicate ravioli with sweet potatoes and sage, and cashew chocolate mousse pie will convince even the most skeptical eater that vegan cooking is well worth celebrating.
I love it. All right. Here is one that we love in this house. Vegan Christmas, over 70 amazing recipes for the festive season by Gaz Oakley. Now we have a favorite recipe we make from this book every single year.
Yes, it is the smoked chili and rosemary dough ball fondue. This book was gifted to us by our friend here in Atlanta, Chris Cromer. And I don't know if she knew she was giving up this amazing recipe of smoked chili and rosemary dough ball fondue. David, every season we have to have this now.
We for every holiday
It's so good. It's
It's so
basically you're
good.
making your own rolls, but instead of it just being like a plain buttery roll, it's a showstopper. Like you should set it on
It
a
looks good
big.
too.
Well, it makes a lot. We usually half it.
Yeah.
This year maybe we'll make it all, but you roll these dough balls and then they bake up. They're puffy and like crispy on the outside, pillowy in the middle. They pull apart just so perfectly with the steam billowing
And then
out
the
of them.
smoked chili on top. It's
Oh,
just perfect.
mama,
And
it's a
rosemary.
showstopper. It's paired with the cashew cheese sauce fondue. It's so good. And that combo of the rosemary and the smoked chili. So a little bit of heat, a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of earthiness with the rosemary.
You can dip it, just have it with
Dip it,
butter. I mean, whatever you want.
Oh, and they last forever once we make them.
That's true.
Which, though they should last longer, we eat them. Oh my gosh.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
We're obsessed with these. I'm also a little obsessed. I mean, who's not obsessed with Gaz? He's so handsome.
Yes. Well, there's that.
He's so handsome. If you watch his Instagram, he'll just be like working in his garden, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch you work in your garden.
I'll watch you
cool.
work in your garden.
That's
Whatever.
cool.
Now, in this book, Gaz talks through the menus and the planning from Christmas morning breakfast, like sweet potato waffles and tofu Benedict. He has lunch offerings with the likes of Ultimate Christmas Wellington, turkey roast and festive nut roast wreath served with all the trimmings, no pigs in blankets, Hasselback potatoes, and fluffy Yorkshire puddings.
Never had a Yorkshire pudding. You?
No.
Okay, then we should
make it this year.
I think we looked at it. We were considering it last season. Maybe we will reconsider. It's so hard holidays for us because it's not a, it's funny. I mean, this is coming out after we went, but like talking about my mom's for Thanksgiving, and my mom's like, I don't want you to cook. And I'm like, but it's an eating holiday. Like,
right.
That's literally what I'm here to do. I will be cooking all the
It's
things.
where you kind of like throw caution to the wind a little bit.
Though I will say, and this is probably a good place to say that caution to the wind. So how are we throwing caution to the wind?
I mean, like, just like you're not like, oh, I can't have that.
Oh no,
extra.
you're having it
I
all.
can't go for seconds.
We're making all the rolls and we're eating seconds, thirds, 100%. And fourths. But I will say, the
trouble is keeping the non-vegans away from like.
Well, so that's just it, right? Yep. So I've got a new plan this year, and you might have seen it on my Instagram. I'm gonna do it for Thanksgiving and Christmas because we're gonna be at my family and then David's family, our families. I am going, instead of making a bunch of vegan things that we share, which I love doing. I want to say that I love doing that. But what has happened to us in the past is we put it all out on the table and someone goes, oh, that looks good. Can I try it? Then they start raving about it. Then everyone tries it. And you are left with a spoonful of the thing that you made when everyone else
go back for seconds and it's not there.
And everyone else gets their non-vegan items plus your vegan items. So I was like, we're not doing that this year. I'm going to make us plates and we're going to take it to that's what we will take with us. That way we've got our tasty leftovers. The time has come. I have shown them how delicious vegan eating food can be, and I will cook for them all again, but this season's not the season.
This ain't the season.
This is the season for us to give to ourselves a little bit.
How about that?
Plate of compassion. Yes. Well, listen, this Vegan Christmas by Gaz Oakley is rounded off with spectacular dairy-free desserts, including boozy tiramisu and brioche bread and butter pudding. Ooh. There are vegan versions of mince pies, pavlova, and even a cheese board for after. Now, David, what do you think that means for after? Do they have cheese boards after in the UK? Is that a thing? Like they eat a whole meal and then let's have a cheese board after? That's too much for me.
That's too much for me.
I also don't need, I've decided during the holidays, I don't need like a before or after. I just need a meal. I'm not trying to be overstuffed.
Well, you gotta have like you gotta eat. Then you got to take like a little break.
Okay, all right.
Watch some TV.
Well, but I mean, like, I don't need like grazing food, is what I mean.
Sure,
you know what I mean? No, which I get is part of like the festiveness, because also we'll make our rolls out of this book, but we also make the festive cheesy spinach bread from Epic Vegan every year. Gotta have it every year. It is a delicious Christmas tree, a bread-shaped Christmas tree, filled with spinach and cashew. It's so good. Anyways, it's in my book Epic Vegan. Check it out. Listen. To finish off on Vegan Christmas, it's packed with suggestions for festivities and advice on how to keep cool in the kitchen, even if you're cooking on the big day. Vegan Christmas Cookbook offers every solution you'll ever need or want to cook for vegans and vegetarians at Christmas.
Okay, now we get
I got tangent-y there. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it. Now we get an offering from the Vegan Cookbook Queen Bee herself, the super fun Times Super fun times vegan holiday cookbook, entertaining for absolutely every occasion by the one, the only Isa Chandra Moskowitz.
Yes, Isa provides everything you need to get your party started, from finger food and appetizers to casseroles, roast, and dozens of special sides. Then comes a throng of cakes, cookies, cobblers, loaves, pies, and frozen treats to make you feel like the best dang vegan cook in the world. We've made latkes from here before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
delicious.
Mhm.
You'll start with the New Year's, stop for Valentine's Day on the way to Easter and Passover, party down to from Cinco de Mayo through 4th of July, and cook through Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, and Christmas. And with more than 250 seasonal recipes, you'll mix, match, and remix for every celebration in between, filling your life with holiday cheer the whole year round.
Ring a ding ding. And I guess that makes our top 6 for vegan holiday cooking. You'll
Look at that.
find links in the show notes to each one of these if you want an easy click through to buy yourself a copy of one of them, or all 6 if you want to go all in and really flesh out your holiday vegan cookbook collection.
But wait, there's one more that you forgot about. Someone has a collection of Christmas treats out. Who could that be?
Oh, that's
Is it me?
right.
No.
A little bit of you. You're
I
a
mean,
little bit in the
of me.
book. Listen, everyone, I have compiled for you my 12 Treats of Christmas just for you this year in a fun little ebook. This book has fudge. It's got sugar cookies. It's got peppermint bark, cranberry and pistachio biscotti, snowball cookies, gingerbread people cookies.
And it's very sweet. It even has a vegan version of my grandmother's, also called Mamam, pizzelles, called Mamam's Italian pizzelles. And those delicious Sunday cookies you make every year, Cheryl's chocolate Sunday cookies.
Yes, it is what it says it is. It's the 12 Treats of Christmas ebook with a fun bonus savory recipe. So recipe 13 is that festive cheesy spinach bread I mentioned. Oh, what one?
Which really just is a hit.
I mean, and you
And you
can
can-
buy.
And you can make it ahead. You can
Yeah.
buy pre-done. I mean, like,
Oh my gosh, now I'm realizing in that recipe that I put out there, I might have to read. I got to look at the ebook again. Make sure
What
that I
happened?
put store-bought pizza dough in there, because it might
Yeah.
say, go to this page for the pizza dough. Because the recipe is from my Epic Vegan Cookbook,
Yep.
and it's festive cheesy spinach bread. It's pizza dough stuffed with vegan cheese, but also spinach, and then a cashew cheese mixture as well.
Mhm.
So all the yummy things in there, garlic topped with butter and salt. Dip that in some marinara. Honey, is a home run.
It looks good and is just a party favorite.
It's
for sure.
delicious. Yeah, we've taken it to every party. Sometimes I have to take 2 because I know,
Oh,
and we're not going to make it for Thanksgiving. We will make it for Christmas
Yeah.
with your family,
Okay.
and we'll make 2 of them.
Great.
Because it goes so quickly. It is that good. That
Goes
is the
fast.
thing that I will graze and nosh on that for sure. So listen, this book, The 12 Treats of Christmas, is available on my website at dustinharder.com, or on my link tree in my profile on Instagram at the Dustin Harder, or you can click on the link in the show description here and go right to the page to purchase it. The cost is only $2.99.
That's a deal.
That's a deal and a steal, baby. It has all the recipes and full color photos photographed by yours truly. All the proceeds, I repeat, all the proceeds, all the coins, all the pennies will be given to the Trevor Project.
Yeah, the Trevor Project is a leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention nonprofit organization for LGBTQ youth, young people. They provide information and support to LGBTQ young people 24/7 all year round. Dustin actually just trained in the fall and is now a volunteer crisis counselor for the Trevor Project.
That's
which
right.
is amazing.
I've
and quite an undertaking.
I don't study well. And there was a lot of studying to do, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it was 10 weeks of me sort of like banging my head against the wall while I had a lot of other big projects going on as
You
well.
did.
But I made it through, and I'm now I graduated. I am a crisis counselor for the Trevor Project. I volunteer once a week, and this book is a fun little way for us to contribute to the nonprofit together to help end suicide among LGBTQ young people. So if you like vegan baking and want to add a few recipes to your repertoire, I would love for you to buy a copy, and all the proceeds will be donated to the Trevor Project, like I said. So if you like doing good, you should buy 20 copies and just email a bunch to your friends, because it's an ebook. It's a great little gift to give.
That is a great idea. And
I know, right?
Super easy to do.
Or maybe you're going to have like a cookie swap. I don't know. And so when you send out the Evite to your cookie swap, you can buy 62 copies of this and everyone gets a copy of this book.
And may I suggest my It's David's raspberry thumbprint
Oh
cookies.
yes, David's raspberry
Raspberry.
thumbprint cookies with your
Shortbread.
variations are in there too,
Mhm.
because you put a little lemon zest
I
in
put a
there
little lemon
sometimes.
zest in the drizzle.
Yep, you get all into it. He loves these summer
I do.
cookies.
I really
Every
do.
season, and one season, I probably a couple times I did this. He'd be like, "I'm gonna make them," and I would see he was busy, so I would just like make them, and he would get so upset. He was like, "I wanted to do that," and I'm like, "I know, but you were busy. I thought I was helping. I wasn't helping. I was upsetting
Not
you."
helping. Upsetting.
Oh my goodness!
But it's fine. But okay, now after all that, so buy the ebook right now. We'll give you just 2 seconds. Right now. Okay. Now let's get into our gift giving guide, shall we?
Ooh, I love presents. I love presents.
All
And
right, here we go.
I love this part. So some of the books may be on our list from previous years, and some might be new ones we've discovered this year. So this is not like a top 10 of brand new books that have come out. This is like some of our favorite books that we think make really great gifts for people, vegan or non-vegan, whatever. This is our top 10 vegan cookbooks to gift to your friends and loved ones this year.
Yes.
Number 10.
Number 10, we start with Isa Does It. Get it? Isa Does It.
Isa Does It.
Amazingly easy, wildly delicious vegan recipes for every day of the week by Isa Chandra Moskowitz.
Yes, and she's on here. I think she talks about this book. Well, we talk about all of her books in her episode. I mean, all of them. There were like 14 at the time. Now I think there's 15. But she's on here. Actually, we dive in depth with the I Can Cook Vegan, which is also another great book by her. But this one, I will say, this one stuck by my side a lot in New York when I was private chefing. When I needed something quick, when I'm like my brain was just taxed on ideas, I would flip this open and be like, "Oh, that's perfect." It's the ultimate plant-based cookbook for making easy, delicious vegan meals, often in under 30 minutes, from the best-selling author of Veganomicon. This book feels very much like a greatest hits from Isa, and I have gone to it again and again. So I really have loved making items for this, from this for myself, for David, for clients, all the above. And number nine. Ooh, oh, this is a good one. Number 9 is vegan fast food, copycat burgers, tacos, fried chicken, pizza, milkshakes, and more by Brian Watson.
Yeah, well, whether you've been a brand new vegan missing buffalo wings or a longtime vegan tired of the limited vegan options when eating out, Brian Watson, aka the Burger Dude, has been there.
That's right. In fact, few food bloggers have thought more about what textures, taste, and special sauces make iconic dishes so addictive. In this book, he takes you on a tour through national chain favorites, regional cult classics, and even a few nostalgic dishes, perfect for parties, potlucks, or any Saturday night. I mean, I've made us the Domino pizza from here a few times, actually.
Yep.
The mac and cheese from here. I made Wendy's chicken nuggets with the awesome sauce from here. I feel like I've even made a couple other things too.
Which I think it's not going to be for like everyone.
Sure,
the vegan,
sure.
But it's like it kind of scratches that itch if you are missing that. And I mean, that was the first I had kind of heard freezing.
Oh yeah, you freeze the tofu. It's like a double freeze process.
Texture.
Yep, like
I didn't hear that before.
Like sort of a spongy texture, so it's like the chicken nuggets, the Wendy's chicken nuggets. And I mean, he really nails these things. The breading on those chicken nuggets.
Correct.
Remember, your friend was over and we fed them. It was a non-vegan person. We fed them these nuggets, and they were like, "What? This is vegan? What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
like
crazy.
Brian really does a great job. He's actually, we did an episode on this book, so you can go back and listen to it if you want to know more. But I will say, David, you said it's not for everyone. If you order this book and you are a health food person who's thinking, "Oh, all vegan is all health food," and you get this book and you go, "Oh, well, this is terrible. None of it's healthy. It's all this, it's all that." Just a bunch of expletives I'm putting in right now, but get out of my face. It is in the title. It's vegan fast food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's about balance.
Though he doesn't use commercial meat alternatives in this. He uses like TVP and seitan and tofu. Like, so he really makes some great items from scratch. I do love that Domino's pizza. That might be the bread I make today now. I want to make some bread. I've been talking about it. Anyway.
Speaking of,
what's number 8, David?
Number 8 is bread. BRED, sourdough loaves, small breads, and other plant-based baking by Ed and Natasha Tatton.
Bread is a complete plant-based book for bakers that goes beyond just making bread. Experienced bakers and novices alike can take their baking to the next level with gorgeous vegan baked goods, from cakes, muffins, and scones to biscuits, cookies, and tarts.
and it is a very, very hefty book full of incredible photos. Just the cover alone, I think, is just super impressive, and showcases a comprehensive approach to baking with an emphasis on sourdough. It's really a fantastic bread book.
I think it's the book of my dreams, if I'm being honest. Like when I think about writing another book, I've had all these different ideas, and I talked to my agent, and there's like a bit of a stall in sort of what she was like, you need to just pause and like really sort of like collect where you want to go next in terms of the book world. Cause I've had all these great ideas that are sort of like niche and like, I want like a fully fleshed out idea. And like, this is just, it's like, it's hefty, it's thick, it's big. It's a great book to give as a gift. Like that's the thing. If you give this, someone is just going to like feel so like it's such a thoughtful gift. It's so beautiful. And also I think about things like this when I hold one of these big books in my hand, and we've had these authors on the podcast, they were just on, you hear about how much work goes into these books. And when David and I talk about moving, because we're moving to Chicago next year, when we talk about it, I'm like, we're talking about paring down, and I'm like, I can't get rid of any of these books. And the reason I can't is because every time I hold one of these books in my hand and have one of these authors on, it's like almost like I'm transported to their testing kitchen. I can feel the work and hard, like blood, sweat, and tears that went into creating these books.
And hours.
Yes. And this book is just full of the education. It's full of the knowledge. It's full of the photos and just great personalities and compassionate hearts from Ed and Natasha Tatton. So I can't recommend it enough. Truly, truly, truly. But let's go on to number 7. The Homemade Vegan Pantry, The Art of Making Your Own Staples by Miyoko Shinner. I have just loved this book for so long. It's such a great book to learn how to make your own staples and beyond, sort of like making your own stuff from scratch in the kitchen.
And I would say the thing we probably make the most of what you make is those ribs.
Baby, we love them.
Oh my gosh.
We love them.
We love them. Slathered in barbecue sauce. It's like the perfect texture. Grill them up.
Yeah.
I mean, vegans, non-vegans, like just go to town. I mean, it's amazing.
It is. These ribs, I mean, I think she calls them unribs. I cannot get enough of them. It's a bit of a process to make them, but it's totally worth it, which I hate when people say that, but I say that in a good way. Like I say it like the process is worth it. You're making something like I've taken these to parties and meat eaters have just been like, what? These are so good. And they're not like, oh my God, it's like ribs. They're saying this is delicious, period. Like this is delicious. And it's funny, like 4th of July will come around and I'll be like, oh, I guess I'll make like a pasta salad or something. And then David will turn around and I am in the kitchen making the ribs. Cause I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about the ribs. I'm making the ribs. Clearly I'm making the ribs, you know?
And it's like, there's some time involved, but like the payoff is so good,
and they're yummy cold. Right out of the fridge when they're cold. We'll eat them warm,
and it makes a lot. So it's like you can easily take that to like a cookout and be.
Yeah, they usually last us. We make them; they'll last like quite a while, like a week at least. Even if we took some to like a gathering or something. So love them, love them, love them. Lots of great things in this book, though. You can make butter from scratch, cheese from scratch, cake mixes from scratch, waffle pancake mixes. Yeah, so. It is a good one if you want to start making things from scratch in your kitchen. Number 6.
Yeah, number 6 is Plant-Based India by Dr. Sheel Shukla.
Yes. Yeah. Plant-Based India by Dr. Sheel Shukla. Plant-Based India presents over 100 completely vegan recipes from shak, dal, roti, and bhat, and more.
From a comforting palak tofu that transcends dairy-based paneer to vegan festive Navratan rice, hearty dal makhani, and summery chocolate chai mousse with berries. These are recipes from the heart, filled with nourishing ingredients at their seasonal best.
And Dr. Shukla was actually on an episode of Keep on Cooking too to talk all about this book. David, he lives in Chicago or like suburbs of Chicago. I wonder if he'll have us over for dinner.
Yes, please.
All the food. His Instagram is so great to follow. I think it's like plant-based artist or something. Mm-hmm. But he really puts together some beautiful stuff on there. And we've made the palak paneer from here, or the palak tofu so many times. And then there was
naan, right?
The naan.
We've
made the naan.
I mean,
there's a masala in here. There's like a tofu, not a tofu, a tomato base that you make too. That goes a tomato onion base that goes in several different recipes. It's a great, great book. Moving into number 5. Number 5, halfway there, folks. Number 5 is The Korean Vegan by Joanne Molinaro. Now we've seen. She's everywhere. She's gotten the James Beard Award for this book. And she's just really blown up in the best way. And
It's
this book it rings true. It's fantastic.
It's stunning. The Korean Vegan Cookbook is a rich portrait of the immigrant experience with life lessons that are universal. It celebrates how deeply food and the ones we love shape our identity.
And although grilled meat is indeed prevalent in some Korean food, the ingredients that fill the pages of this book are fully plant-based, unbelievably flavorful, and totally Korean. Some of the recipes come straight from her childhood, Korean Chinese black bean noodles she ate on birthdays, or the humble potato and leek soup her father makes. Chocolate sweet potato cake is an ode to the two foods that saved her mother's life after she fled North Korea. Start to finish, everybody, this book is great for recipes, photos, and also just a damn good read that had me in tears a few times, gosh darn it.
I think that's probably what makes it so special, is it is so intertwined with her
Yes.
story, and that just comes through, and
Yeah.
it's clearly making waves. All right, so number 4, we're going to talk
Oh.
about, number 4, Sweet and Salty, the art of vegan chocolates, truffles, caramels, and more, from Lagusta Luscious. Every time
I know, I heard
second
that's
guess
okay.
it. Lagusta?
Because you want to say Lagusta Lucius, right?
No, I want to say Lagusta,
Oh, that's right.
because I think Quante la Lagusta de Gusta.
Well,
that
she
song?
even yeah. When she was on, she was like, "It's Lagusta."
But I know but I know in my brain, but when I
Yeah.
see it every
But
time,
she's
Lagusta's
fully aware.
Luscious.
She even said, she's like, everybody always wants to say Lagusta.
It's that song. Doesn't Bette Midler like do spoof on that? Quante la gusta, la gusta, la gusta, la gusta.
No,
la gusta,
that's
la
in
gusta,
Bye
la
Bye
gusta.
Birdie, Vanessa Williams. You're welcome, everybody.
I think it's his own song too. So
I'm sure.
Anyway,
I'm sure.
Anyway, Sweet and Salty, Lagusta's Luscious by Lagusta Yearwood. We love this book, and we have loved it for so long.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. And again, she was also on the pod. She gets into this book. It's just a darn good book.
Well,
5 stars all around.
If you don't want to make any of it, like, you can order it, and it's all delicious from the store.
Oh, order, yeah. So if you do, still order the book because it's a good read. But if you making it's not your thing, you can go to lagustasluscious.com
and a double gift.
You can order it on the website. You can order the book plus a box of chocolates
and the box of chocolates.
And the box of chocolates are worth it. I'm telling you, it's and this book is beautifully collected and photographed recipes just as much as it is actual writing in this book. Again, another tearjerker. I cried a couple times while reading through it. Furthermore, you get a behind-the-scenes look at Lagusta's East Coast confectionery shops, Lagusta's Luscious, and the confectionery. And I will say about this too, she's like Ed and Natasha Tatton from Bread, who have their bread bakery in Whistler, BC. Her care and compassion for her employees and her commitment to sustainability and responsibility to the environment and the earth and being a good human, it all shines through in her businesses.
And the tahini meltaways.
Oh, baby.
Will be the first thing that you want to make.
Yeah, make those tahini meltaways. Get into it. Oh my God. Delicious. I want to make those too.
I know, right?
This is trouble. All right, number 3. I'm excited to share this one because I just love it so much. Bake and Destroy, Good Food for Bad Vegans by the one and only Natalie Slater. Look, this is just an all-around good time, and everyone needs this on their shelf. Full stop, period, dial tone, click, goodbye. It's out of print, but you can still get a copy of it. So find a copy of it and cherish it, my friends. It's got grilled mac and cheese sandwiches. It's got green bean casserole pizza. It's got pizza cupcakes. Yes,
sorry,
it
I got really excited.
You did. No, that's fine. I was like, say it, baby, say it. Pizza cupcakes, so many great things. Also, she starts this book out with dessert first, which is reason number 5,702,000,000,000,000,000 that I love Natalie Slater. She's got fruit punch Twinkies in here, y'all.
Why have we never made those?
Because let me tell you why. Because we'll make them, and I will eat every single one of them. That's one of the things I remember about Twinkies when I ate them is I could just house like 100%. One was never enough. Give me 12.
And then we'd like to point out in the description of the book, Natalie is quoted as saying, "Some people were born to rock and roll. Others were born to ride. I was born to put mashed potatoes on pizza." And that is just one of the many reasons we love her and this book.
That's exactly right. I'm smiling so big over here because it's true. Now, this next book, we've talked about vegan junk food. We talked about vegan staples. We've talked about, candy. We've talked about Natalie's rendition of sort of over-the-top wild recipes. And now David and
Switching
I,
gears.
we just have a variety. Like, we believe in a balanced diet, basically. We believe in having fun with food and being creative with food, but we don't think that has to be sacrificed when you're looking at food as functional and healthful either. You can be creative, you can have fun with it and still be healthful. And this next book does just that. The Plant-Based Cookbook, Vegan, Gluten-Free, Oil-Free Recipes for Lifelong Health by Ashley Madden. Now, she has two. This is the first one. The newest one, Plant-Based Delicious, is also just as divine. And the Plant-Based Cookbook is sort of a bigger hardcover book, but really both make great gifts for anyone exploring oil-free or gluten-free cooking while also keeping it all plant-based.
You have given me several items from both books, and while I'm not really in the oil-free camp, I mean, I understand the benefits. I've loved everything
And you
from
eat it.
this book, and I
Yeah.
do, and it's delicious. And she's really kind of, I don't know, forging a path in that world
Yeah.
where you don't have to have it like you kind of think we do. And there's
Well,
a,
and
there's
hers
a
are
burger,
like
that burger you made
Oh yeah.
with the Big Mac
Yeah.
sort of sauce was like
She's
so
got
delicious.
a really great burger in this
Yeah.
book. It's so good. So good. Actually got great burgers in both books. That's the thing. She does not sacrifice taste when she's looking at health. And that's one of the things I love about her.
Well, and I mean, in just our circle alone, I mean, I know so many people that have like gluten issues,
Yeah.
gluten or full intolerance, you know, celiac. So it's like, it's just great that there's a resource like this and the food tastes delicious.
Yeah, she's inspired me with both of these books and just having her in my life. I mean, y'all have heard from Ashley. She's been on this podcast. She's done the photos for my books. We love, love, love her. And she's just inspired me to do better for myself in the food world, like truly. And delicious food does not mean that it has to be unhealthy food. So those burgers you were talking about, that's from Plant-Based Delicious. So listen, everyone, look up Ashley Madden of Rise, Shine, Cook, and you decide between her books, Plant-Based Cookbook or Plant-Based Delicious, or hey, get them both. Yeah, they're both an excellent gift. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God,
Are we down to number one? We're down to number one. Okay.
Drum roll.
So number one. Now, all of her books are great, but we're putting one on the list. If we had to pick one of Lady Chloe Coscarelli's books, it would be Chloe's Vegan Italian Kitchen. 150 pizzas, pastas, pestos, risottos, and lots of creamy Italian classics by Chloe Coscarelli. David,
Our girl.
what are your feelings on this book?
I mean, who doesn't love any of those things?
Truth.
Pizzas, pastas, pestos, risottos.
Truth.
And anything creamy Italian classics. Like, that book is falling apart.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
We have gone to it so much. And
sticky pages, you know, dirty cover. Like, it's just really been in the kitchen so many times. We've traveled with it often because there is a pasta in there. I think it's the creamy garlic pasta. We've made that for so many non-vegans because we just know it's going to be a home run. We've made pizzas from there, the pizza dough from there, the mozzarella cheese sauce from there. Just so many delicious things from there. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a butternut squash. Oh, you love that butternut squash ravioli with the sage. It really is just a home run with this Italian, and so many different recipes in there. So many different fantastic recipes from Chloe's Vegan Italian Kitchen. I will say
that you can cook for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, the flavors are just so good.
Yeah, it doesn't
and comforting.
Yep.
You can put that in front of anybody.
It's just about delicious food. It just doesn't even matter that it's vegan. It's such a good book.
Adorable.
She's adorable. She's adorable. And of course, she's got her other books, Chloe's Kitchen, Chloe Flavor, Chloe's Desserts. They're all fabulous. So if you're looking at where to start with Chloe, I mean, I would say either Chloe's Italian Kitchen or Chloe Flavor.
Chloe Flavor, yeah.
But really, they're all fantastic. And I will say Chloe's Kitchen. So Vegan Comfort Food by Alicia Simpson was my first book. And Chloe's Kitchen was like my second book. Like, I got those around the same time. And Chloe's Kitchen, I used so much that the pages just fell out and fell apart. Chloe actually gave me a new one when we just did the pop-up together. I was like, girl, it's falling apart. She's like, here, take a new one.
I love that.
Which I was so grateful for.
Well, and while we just hit number one.
Yes, that's our gift giving guide.
That is it.
Yes.
We hope that's helpful to anybody kind of looking for that vegan that maybe has everything, or
someone who's, what I love to do is if someone's curious about vegan cooking,
like,
if they've been like, oh, like if you're vegan and someone in your family's been like, ooh, like what's this, or can you send me a recipe for this, or what's that, that's the perfect person to give Chloe's Vegan Italian Kitchen
or those people
to.
that are like, I mean, I'd be vegan. It's just so hard.
Oh my God. Or if
That's
there's a
literally
bread
perfect.
maker, if you know someone who
Oh,
loves
sure.
bread, even if they're not vegan, get them that bread book.
'Cause it's not-
BRED.
I mean, there's so many other things in it and like interesting flavor combinations. I think anything where there's like a cookbook from like, I don't know, Australia or UK, you're going to find like different flavor combinations. So it's just going to kind of
absolutely.
like expand your, I was about to say expand your remit.
What's your remit?
It's like the
Is that a work
it's
thing?
like the
Oh,
responsibilities of
David.
people.
Wow.
My corporate job is bleeding in.
Wow,
But
wow,
anyway,
wow, wow.
so we've hit number 1 for our list, but there's an author by the name of Dustin Harder.
Oh.
He is French, and he is sitting next to me. And he has, it's actually Dustin Harder.
You're insane.
He has several books out that are great for beginners and experienced cooks that I am officially putting on the list as, I don't know, 1A. For my list personally, for beginners, you would want to gift his first book, the Simply Vegan Cookbook, or Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. And for those feeling a little more adventurous, he has a fun book of wild and over-the-top recipes, simply titled Epic Vegan. Why are you still laughing?
Because you're so cute.
I know, right? And I highly recommend these 3 books.
I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of those books. They sound amazing. I will have to check them out. They sound fantastic.
Dustin Harder.
Dustin Harder. Have we? We talked about Epic Vegan. We did an episode where we go through Epic Vegan with Natalie.
Correct.
We did Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. I did that with you. Have we ever done an episode dedicated to the Simply Vegan Cookbook?
I don't think we have.
I mean, y'all, that's my first book, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And so maybe one day we'll talk through it because I think it's got some great recipes for the beginner and the vet. But anyways, that does it, folks. Those are our recommendations for some books for holiday cooking and also some books that we think will make fantastic gifts this holiday season.
And to recap, don't forget, you can buy a copy of Dustin's new ebook, 12 Treats of Christmas.
12 Treats of Christmas, 12 Treats of Christmas.
Anybody?
Treats of Christmas, something.
That's a deep cut. Anybody can mention that.
She
trivia
loves
question.
me.
Don't tell them.
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
I'm trying to reach out to the listener.
Oh, engage.
12 Treats of Christmas, and it's just
Tweets.
I did it again.
I should have named it that. I should have named it 12
Tweets of Christmas. All with W's. For just $2.99, and all of the proceeds go to the nonprofit organization, the Trevor Project, to help LGBTQ young people in crisis.
And I really hope you'll buy a bunch of copies of the 12
please.
Treats of Christmas to share with your family and friends this season. I'm really proud of our little collection and hope it brings some Christmas joy to your home this season.
And that's it from us for 2023, yeah?
Yeah.
It's crazy. We are going to go on a holiday break in regards to the podcast. So,
and I think we've done a really fun job getting back in the podcast world here. We came back in 2023 with sort of a plan of attack for the podcast, so we didn't get burnt out on it. You know, we were like, let's go at it 6 months, then let's take a break and come back. And now this next year, you're going to see a schedule from us where we kind of take a little winter break and we take a little summer break. That way we're sort of refreshing ourselves. We don't get bogged down by the podcast. It remains fun. And so I'm really proud of the sort of path we've found for this podcast so that we're able to keep episodes coming for you. And listen, we'll be back in 2024 with some brand new episodes.
Yep. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year.
That's right. We'll see you next year. Until then, keep on cooking. And hey, remember, it's nice to be nice. Merry Christmas! This has been a Muzzy Cat production.